Hey, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm Wood. In this series we're comparing two accounts that I started at the same time on the same day, and I'm playing the same way with one major difference. One account is free to play, the other has a monthly spending budget. It's day 49. Let's check our progress. Hey, thanks for joining me. Greenish blue, bluish green border around the free to play, no border around the budget account, as always. And we are on day 49. I'm not going to go in and collect the daily login rewards yet. I'm not ready because there's 500 energy behind there. I did check earlier today, and I'm really going to try and stop myself from following that red dot until I need it. I have done that so many times. In fact, I did it on a video once. And I was kind of hoping nobody would notice, but I made a big deal out of it. But yeah, I want to follow and cancel red dots. Quite a bit of progress since last we spoke. I have gotten to 100% crit rate on Frolny finally. That's a tough one for me. Frolny finally. Yeah, he's at 100% crit rate. He doesn't have very much crit damage yet, obviously. 203 speed though. So I had to move my Stag Knight up to 204 speed to accommodate for that, because now Frolny is my main nuker, even though I don't yet have his masteries quite finished. Frolny's going to be my main arena nuker for the time being, unless I pull somebody better. But right now, you know, he's the hardest hitter that I have, and he's not even built as well as my Ethel. And I don't have Helm Smasher on him yet. So you can see I've got 330 scrolls, red scrolls, so I don't have very much farming left to do, and he'll have Helm Smasher. And then I'll leave him in there for a while. He can actually probably solo the Minotaur right now. So once I get the Helm Smasher on him, I'll keep him in there until we get the other masteries on. It's funny because I keep hearing people talking about mythical champions, and yeah, I know there's some that are just totally overpowered, and there's really great ones, and I know Frolny isn't the best one, but if you pull him early game on a free-to-play account, he makes a huge difference. I'm running him in Clan Boss in his mythical form. He turns into a giant dwarf and just protects the team and just takes a bunch of damage, and he has an HP balance which is better than a heal. It's just he's got some great utility, and now I have both him and Taragi protecting my team on the free-to-play account. You can see here on Brutal, you know, which is pretty good. On Brutal, I'm 2-keying Brutal now. It's 21.7, and I just barely, you know, but I still 2-keying Brutal. So now I can just go in and I can 1-key hard, and I can do it on auto. But yeah, his HP aura is really big. It's 35% HP aura, and so yeah, he's been huge, and now he's my arena nuker as well. So that makes a huge difference. Don't underestimate the mythicals if you're getting them early game, because they can do so much. They have so much utility. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so we got hard here. Yeah, so easy 1-key on hard. I'll probably put a key into Nightmare just to see where we are. I did get Ethel back onto Giant Slayer. I think I kept saying, you know, in previous videos, I think I kept saying War Master, just because that's what I'm used to saying. But you know, she has a triple hit on her A1, so I did go Giant Slayer. You can see I put Master Hexer just to increase her weaken. Her weaken is pretty much 100% on her A1 if she has enough accuracy, and I don't really have enough accuracy on her yet if I want to keep taking advantage of that. But I thought Master Hexer was probably a good mastery to go with. But yeah, I got her with Giant Slayer because she has the triple hit on the A1, and she uses it a lot. You know, she cycles through her turns pretty fast, but she uses that A1 a lot. And because her A3 gives her an extra turn, and it doesn't actually hit, so she gets her AoE quite often, but then she also, you know, then her only other damage skill is her A1. So Giant Slayer made sense. I have done a test before where it's been champions that have at least three hits on their A1, and I've tried them in both Giant Slayer and War Master. I actually did a whole spreadsheet, and it took a long time, but what I came down to is that Giant Slayer is better, but it's not that much, you know. And so if you do put War Master on an Ethel or any multi-hitter on their A1, it's not that big of a deal. However, I will say this though, my Fenshi, okay, Finchy on the budget. So we're on the budget account now. Finchy, I was able to get him booked down to his cooldowns at least for his A2 and his A3. That was a lot of books, but we finally got it done. It's CVC. I'm using books left and right like I don't even care. It's so great. It's so fun to be able to actually play the game during CVC. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even that worried about CVC, but I do like to pick up some of the rewards. Finchy has multiple attacks on a lot of his skills. So he's got a triple hit on his A2, he's got a double hit on his A3, and then he's got a triple hit on his A1. A champion like that, I haven't really tested this before, but I'm pretty sure. I think if we go Giant Slayer on a champion like this with multiple hits on a lot of their skills, not just on their A1, but on a lot of their skills, then I think that does make a difference, and I think that Giant Slayer is the way to go on masteries there. And you can see I've almost got enough scrolls for him to get Giant Slayer on him. So our clan boss damage is about to go up in this account as well. I am going to start a key here. Oh, I'll show you quick. I'll just show you where we're at on clan versus clan. We are winning right now, but we're up against another early game clan that they're actually putting up some points. And you can see, and we've got people in my clan that are actually active, and so it's good. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. More on the budget. I use more books on the budget. I think I need to book some champions on my free play. Kind of neglected that. I've been working on some other things. The other thing I did get done was I was able to collect enough fragments for Slixus on both accounts. I will probably pick up a few more on the budget account before I'm done, but I think I'm done on the free-to-play. On the free-to-play, we picked them up by doing the spider tournament today. We did most all of it since Clan vs. Clan started. So I need to go and do a gear cleanse on the free-to-play because I was keeping a lot of the accessories because I don't know where I am right now, especially on amulets and banners. For some factions, I don't have very many at all. The only thing I'm auto-selling pretty much is 4-star rings. And then I'm just going to go through and check and see what I've got, when it comes to banners and amulets. But yeah, if you go through and look at banners here, I've got a full bar, and I do have some special ones too. That kind of freaks me out a little bit sometimes to see that by itself. I'm getting used to it, but I really like that change that they made so that we can actually look at the special ones and which set they're from as a separate kind of category of each accessory. It's a really nice change. I'm glad they did that. And you can shut that off if you want to. If you want to mix them back in with the rest of those faction accessories, you can turn it off if you don't want to see it that way. But I really like it. I've been playing the game for quite a while and always hated looking for the special accessories. Like I'd try and find a counterattack for somebody or something like that, and you'd have to look all the way through, and you've got a whole page worth of banners or something. So it's nice not to have to separate them out that way, especially if you are keeping 5-star. Also, you've got them separated 5-star and 6-star, and they're on different parts of the page, and you have to go back and forth. Anyway, it's not that big of a deal. It wasn't. Like see here, Lizardman. I have one banner. And I don't even know if it's not even a good banner, but it's a banner. So that's why I've been doing a lot of spider, but I've been keeping most of the banners and amulets. I'm starting to get a little pickier with rings. Like I said, I'm auto selling the 4-stars. Yeah, so I've got more than one row of rings so far. What I usually do on my main account, I kind of limit it down to one row of each type of ring. You go HP and defense and attack rings. And I usually limit it to one row of each type. And I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but that's what I normally do. And then I usually have enough of those type to go through and find. But you can even be more brutal than that. I keep quite a few, probably more than I should, of the accessories and artifacts. But yeah, on the free to play, we did get the spider tournament done. I think I'm in first place on that one too. It's weird. It's just weird, to be on a free to play account and actually be able to win a tournament. But you can. It just depends on which bracket you get turned into. And I've, my main account, I didn't spend money for a whole long time. And I won tournaments every once in a while. Yeah, see this one, I've got somebody that's close to me here. If they sneak up, maybe I'll be able to keep the lead on that one and win the 6 pieces of Relentless, which would be really nice. I was able to win another tournament on the budget account over the weekend. And and got some more relentless gear, and it actually turned out to be good relentless gear with some speed on it, which is nice. But you can see I've also built up a little bit of silver. The farming helps. And so I got some silver up. Still doing the free to play part of the forge pass, so we'll get as many of those as we can. I did some forging earlier. I did some forging of some perception gear and some resilience gear. Is it resilient? Yeah, resilience. I did some resilience and some perception farming, but I'm out of materials to do 4 and 5 star. So I'm gonna kind of hold off. Let's see what I've got for Guardian. Yeah, I can only do 3 and 4 star in Guardian. That's really not worth it to me to be able to do that. So I'm just going to keep those materials. I want to wait for Instinct because we will be getting some legendary materials. And I think it's only enough to do, it'll only give us the opportunity to do 15 of the pieces, but you never know. We might get lucky, and so I want to save those. I don't want to forge all those materials away while I have a chance to get some 5 and 6 star gear. I almost did it. I seriously, I went after that red dot. I start talking and I kind of go into autopilot, and that's not a good thing for me. so yeah, free to play doing well. Been doing a lot better on Clan Boss. We've made some really big jumps. I've decided that the next 6 star on the free to play is going to be Armiger. I've been running him through a little bit of Minotaur, just trying to. I still need his skills up, and I've got some basic lifesteal gear on him, but we need to make progress in Fire Knight. We need to make progress everywhere, but we especially need to make some progress in Fire Knight. We need turn meter control, and right now Armiger's, along with our Haikatoon, but Armiger is our main source of turn meter control. Haikatoon is doing her job right now as far as the speed lead and the speed boost for arena goes. And so I'm kind of comfortable with where she is right now. It hasn't really been hurting me at all, and I haven't really been using her anywhere else. But I probably will start using her in Fire Knight. But on the budget account, we have so much turn meter control available to us. I wasn't really worried about doing an Armiger, and I needed a Spirit Champion to level 60, and so I did Haikatoon, and I still think that was the right decision. But on the free to play, I think Armiger will be the right decision there. He does a lot more turn meter control with his A1 than Haikatoon can do. She has the decreased speed also, which is really helpful. Haikatoon's A2 fills turn meter for the allies, but then reduces turn meter, but only by 15% on the enemy. And with Armiger, his is decreases by 30% if the attack is critical. So as long as he crits on his A1, he can reduce the turn meter by 30%. And then if you've got decreased speed on top of that, and he's going pretty fast, a lot faster than the boss. And the boss doesn't really get fast until you get down past level 20. So I think Armiger may be the right way to go. That's just kind of my feeling about it. And then on the budget account, I've decided to go with Skrank as our next 6 star because Skrank has AoE HP burn. He also hits really hard too. He might, he's a hidden gem for a lot of people. Yeah, Skrank is really good. I wouldn't say he's underrated, but because I think everybody who has him or has used him knows. Everybody knows that Skrank is a good champion. You can see here also, I have enough gems on the budget account to go ahead and open up all of the slot in my sparring pit. I'm not going to upgrade those any further than that. I think having them open and having champions getting leveled all the time is good. I put 5 4 stars at level 15 in, and so they've all gone up a couple of levels since I did that. We have champion training right now, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish it. It's there. Everything kind of finishes at the same time with this clan versus clan tournament, and it's almost like there's not going to be anything left going tomorrow for the next day of clan versus clan. For some reason, I don't know why they do that, but we do have a couple days left, or a day and a half left on the Fire Knight tournament, but that's a special tournament where we can only use epics. And I actually did go in on this one, and I tried it with the budget account. I wouldn't be able to do it on the free to play, but on the budget account I was able to try it, and I did get some points. It's just, it took so long and everything. It's not worth it. It's not worth the hassle, and it's not worth the energy, frankly. So it would be cool to get one of these summons, but we're so limited on champions, it's very unlikely we'd get something that we have anyway. So that's kind of how I looked at it. And you can see I do have a soul for this Marquis. I pulled Marquis over the weekend and in the 2x voids, and so I do have a Marquis, and I've heard some good things about him actually. I heard somebody talking on another video about him the other day, and so I don't know, maybe maybe I'll give Marquis a try when Demon Spawn Faction Wars comes back up. I haven't even looked at what Faction Wars is today. Oh, we've got Banner Lords. That's a good one for us. And Demon Spawn. Hey, there we go. Okay. Maybe I will put some maybe I'll put some gear on Marquis. Yeah, see, I've only got and now I can put Skimfos in there also. So that would be really good. I did put some gear on Marquez. Yeah, so Marquez and Marquis in there. Yeah, I'll try it. Not right now. I need to put some gear on him first. Still at the 3-star territory pretty much on the budget account. Every once in a while it'll miss the 3-star. It's not the most reliable yet, but because I have Fenshi booked now, I'm kind of excited to see if that helps. If that helps increase that enough yet. And then once Fenshi gets his Giant Slayer, that's going to increase his damage quite a bit also. All right, so I'll leave that going. And we'll go back to the free-to-play. So I've got 3 epic books. I'm going to go in here and try and finish off booking Stag Knight. That's the big one. Getting the cooldown on this Huntmaster. It won't help us very much in Arena because usually he only gets that off one time. And typically doesn't survive long enough to get it off again, even if it was down on 3-turn cooldown. But man, it'd be nice if this book, because we only have 2. And we have 3 spots for books over here. Only 1 there. So 1 out of the 2, well, hopefully 1 out of the 3 books will go into that one. Let's see what we get. Nope. Okay, let's try again. And this is superstition, by the way. Sometimes I open the skill that I want the book to go into. I know it doesn't help. Mathematics, I've seen it so many times. And then when it does happen, it's like confirmation bias. You think, oh, that worked, but it doesn't. It doesn't work. But I still do it for some reason. Okay, there we go. Good, we got the cooldown. That's excellent. Okay, I do want the extra debuff chance on this decreased speed. I think that makes a huge difference in a lot of content. So I am going to fully book him. So I might as well just put the book in right now. I know where it's going to go. It's just going to increase his damage on his A1 just a little bit. But that's really a big step for Stag Knight. I'll probably be booking a rare. I just haven't decided who yet. But it might be, I don't know, maybe could be Painkeeper actually. Because then we'd have her ready if we ever do get a block damage, or she takes a lot of books on this skill. But I know she needs to be completely booked. Yeah, and she needs a lot of books on this skill to take it down to a 4-turn cooldown. She needs a lot of books, but totally worth it if you can get an unkillable clan boss team going. But she can be good in other places too, so I probably will end up, I'll just do it. This is so nice too now that we don't have to just spend 6 books, at a time and then keep doing it, because there's champions that take 18 books. So, all right, let's get her booked up. See where we got. See where our books landed. We didn't get any in the cooldowns that we wanted. Man. And there's 4, which I don't know. That doesn't help a lot. And damage on the A1. Really? Yeah, because we don't really care about her damage on the A1 very much, but anyway, there it is. That's what happens when you book champions. But we needed the points for clan versus clan, and it's a time when we can do it. If I pick up any more epic books, especially, I'll definitely put 1 more into Stag Knight. I do want to get that increased chance of his decreased speed on the A1. That's a big deal. Even though it's single target, it's still a big deal. So I've got a lot to do for finishing up clan versus clan. We're going to try and keep that lead for our clan going. Kyle mentioned to me, so Kyle, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Kyle mentioned to me that he's got some spots open in his clan. I thought I would probably try and and get Clan versus Clan finished first for this, and then if he still has spots open, and if his clanmates are okay with it and still willing, I would like to move both of my accounts over to his clan. So it was a really nice offer that he made. If they decide they don't want me, there will be no hard feelings at all. But yeah, that was a really nice thing that he said, and so I'll check back in with him later and after Clan versus Clan is over, and we'll see if that's an option at that time. Thank you for joining me. I'm grateful to you for watching the videos, and those of you who have made comments. I've gotten some really nice comments and really positive reinforcement that I kind of need sometimes, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you again. This has been a fun thing for me too. Even if I wasn't getting nice comments, I'd probably still be doing it because it's an experiment that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think it's going to be eye-opening for quite a few people. So hopefully we'll get more people exposed and watching, and so if you wouldn't mind giving me a like or subscribe, that'd be really nice of you. This side-by-side comparison between a budget account and a free-to-play, and you can see the free-to-play is ahead of the budget account in many ways. I was able to forge a bunch of instinct gear today on the budget account. That's kind of one of the reasons why we have more points going on the budget, but only 13,000 more points. And some of the gear was okay, but you have to level it all up with silver. But I think the free-to-play is doing really well just because of some really good RNG. If we hadn't pulled, a mythical champion plus a seer. I mean, seer hasn't helped us yet, but she will, and you're going to see that. And that's why I committed to doing this for over a year, because I really think you can't really show the difference between two accounts like this in a very short period of time, because chance can overcome. If we had pulled a mythical on the budget account and not on the free-to-play, I think it would be a little bit deceiving, because you can see, the budget has gotten us an advantage, but it's not that huge. And for the amount of money I've spent, $100, well, I've spent $80 so far on the budget account. I have budgeted $100, for the first 2 months. But you can see there's not that drastic of a difference between the two accounts. And really, I think part of the fun of the game is taking what the game gives you and seeing what you can do with it. I'm having just as much fun, frankly, on the free-to-play as I am on the budget. There are a lot of things about the budget account. It's been a lot nicer to have, with the raid card and the forge pass and everything. I'm not going to say that it hasn't been nicer to be able to spend some more gems, do some of those things a little bit faster, open the gem mine up faster. Those things are nice to be able to do, but you're only doing them just a little bit faster than you would have if you're free to play. And so I don't want to sound like, oh yeah, the budget makes it so much easier to play the game. It really doesn't. It just accelerates things a little bit. And I don't think that acceleration is going to be as big as some people think it is. I could be wrong. Maybe it'll be a big deal, but I just wanted to mention that quick before I go. And I've got a little Minotaur run starting. I always forget there's a big screen behind me. Forget that there's nothing going on. So I need to run something once in a while. Yeah, so you can see everything's going well, and so it's been a fun experiment so far. Like I said, I'm going to keep it going for a year though, just because I want all the RNG to kind of even out a little bit, and for it to be a fair test between what budget looks like and what free to play looks like. I think there will. I mean, obviously, I think there will be a gap between the two, but I don't know that it'll be as big. And as far as the fun goes, I'm not having any more fun on the budget account, if that makes sense. So I'm going to get back to CVC. I'm going to get back to grinding away at building another 6-star champion and getting some more scrolls so that I can do some more clan boss damage. Thank you for joining me today. I've been Wood, and I appreciate you.